Hello everyone and welcome to the Greedy Phonics podcast. This is episode 3 and I'm a biologist by job but also a dedicated knitter. I really like talking about yarns and knitting, that's why I'm here. And of course I appreciate you being here today and spending time with me. Today I will not show you any finished projects or works in progress. This type of episode will be released after 2 weeks, I suppose. But instead, today I want to share with you my closest knitting plans, very real plans, for which I already have both yarns and patterns, or at least yarns. So, if you are still interested to watch this episode, please make yourself cozy and let's start. I would like to start with sweater plans, and the first one in the row will be the Rosie sweater by Lene Holme Samsøe, also known as Lene, and this particular pattern totally crushed all my resistance, all my defenses against knitting something which at half of Ravelry is already knitting. Normally I don't do it, but Rosie sweater just refused to stay ignored. This beautiful rose-based color work panels, they are so pretty, so feminine without being overly sweet. And by construction, the sweater is a clever mix of drop shoulders and a raglan. It's supposed to be knit from the top to down seamlessly, which means that these color work panels will be done only from the right side by the round. Amazing. And at all, this sweater has relaxed shape, it's boxy, it's oversized, it's promised you comfort, but yet it is elegant and pretty, and it will be definitely the one grabbing attention. So this pattern is popular for the reason, and I totally accept this reason, and I'm planning to knit it. And initially, pattern calls to use a fingering yarn held together with a strand of mohair, but I will be using drops soft tweed instead, and this too pretty much denim shades because I really like denim, as you probably could already see. So this one will be used for the main color, and this is colorway Still Water, very light blue with dark blue speckles, and this one will be used for the colorwork panels, and this is denim jeans, pretty much jeansy color, right? And each ball is 50 grams and 130 meters, and this is a mix of wool 50%, alpaca 25%, and viscose. I will not be adding any strand of mohair to it because I want the sweater to be as tweedy as possible, and I get these two guys will do their job pretty well. Well, the next sweater model I'm planning to knit actually has no name because this is a pattern from Sabrina magazine. Sabrina is a German knitting magazine which is available to be purchased here in Lithuania and in other European countries, in most of European countries. I don't know about United States though, not sure about that. And I have been knitting with this magazine for decades. And I think, my opinion, it was a bit underrated. Some people say that the patterns in Sabrina magazine are not same super detailed as individual patterns from designers, and other people complain a little bit that this description from Sabrina magazine are not super size inclusive, and this criticism is fair enough and I agree with that. But from another point of view, if the knitter has at least a little bit of experience in knitting, for the price of 6 or 7 euro, this knitter can get up to 30 patterns of different level of complexity and of different styles. And if I would have in my life that much of time and yarn, I would knit a couple of patterns from each issue, I would say, if I could, if I had that much of that. But anyway, let's get back to that particular model I'm planning to knit out of this magazine, and this is model number 19 from issue 11 of year 2021. As you can see, it's also quite boxy sweater, relaxed shape, and it's featured with a plait pattern, which is supposed to be achieved with use of slip stitch. Magazine promises to the knitter that only one strand of one color will be required per one row, and I hope that this will be true. And also the sweater is featured with a high neck collar and the cuffs in solid color and one color, in particular gray color in the picture, to kind of complete the look of this sweater. And I'm planning to use following yarns to knit this sweater, and this is Lana Gatto Class yarn, and this beautiful curcumin shade. I call it curcumin, but the manufacturer calls it 14468. And I'm gonna pair it with this beautiful gray shade. And this is number 3705. I'll put everything down below in the description box, all the links to the patterns and also all the yarns I will mention over there. And this yarn is 80% of merino and 20% of angora. It's extremely soft and extremely pleasant next to the skin. I already had experience knitting with that. If you saw my previous episodes, you probably remember the Cloudy Day sweater, which is actually knit with that yarn, and I really enjoyed knitting with this. And the sweater which I've got, this Cloudy Day sweater, is really soft and light, and at the time it's really warm, which in my climate zone is highly appreciated. So I'm gonna use this too to knit this pattern, but I have a couple of considerations regarding it. First of all, the pattern calls for 7mm needles, and I'm loose knitter and I never knit with that big needles, so I'm afraid that some adjustments will be required. And the second consideration is that the yarn which I'm planning to use is very soft. I'm not sure if this high neck collar will be holding its shape or not, but you never know until you try, and I'm willing to, and I will. So I guess I'm done with my sweater planning, and I'm moving softly to the next section, which is slipover. I have one item in this section, and in particularly it is a slipover by Ngo Quynh. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Have no experience at all with Vietnamese names or with Vietnamese language. If I'm not correct, I'm really sorry. Well, but a slipover, as you can see, it's very light, airy, delicate, extremely lacy. Perfect wearing piece for the warmer time. I'm already like calling for spring. Please come on, thinking about spring, because so far winter already got on my nerves a little bit with all this cold temperatures and abnormal amounts of snow. Nevertheless, as I already mentioned, this slipover is pretty much lacy, and I haven't been knitting this extreme lace for a while, and I started to miss it. I got this pattern as a gift, and immediately when I saw it, I was just like, oh, how beautiful this lace is, I'm gonna knit it. And the pattern calls for the drops PP alpaca yarn for it. It's normally like 50 gram and 165 meters alpaca yarn from drops, and I'm planning to use a sister of it, which called baby alpaca silk. All the characteristics are the same, except that alpaca contents, they added 30% of silk content. And I'm going to use this faded rose kind of shade. Not sure if I will show it 100% dried, I mean the color, because it's more pinkish than I could see it in the camera. Well, I think that will be the perfect yarn with this little silk shine for this slipover pattern. And next I would like to talk about plans for knitting accessories. And the first accessory I want to discuss with you will be the Hansel shawl by the Gudrun Johnston. Actually, the half version of this shawl. This pattern also exists in half version. And this is a triangular shawl inspired by a traditional Shetland hat, which means first we have to knit a big central triangle, and we knit it with garter stitch. And once we're done with that triangle, on the border of it, we pick up stitches and started to knit a lacy border. And I bought a color set of yarn to knit this pattern. It's not like a kit to produce specifically Hansel shawl. It's just a set of colors in same sort of yarn, let's say. And as you probably already noticed, this is yarn Holme. This is a local yarn shop here in Lithuania. I buy from them from time to time, and I mentioned them several times in my previous episodes. And this time it is 100% wool. It's quite rustic, but at the time it feels quite nice next to the skin, not itchy. And the colors are ivory, soft green, and brown. And now I need your advice and your help, because there is some issue I cannot decide myself. I cannot decide on color distribution in the pattern. Which color I should use for the main triangle? Should I knit main triangle with this brown and then add these two colors to the border? Or should I use ivory for the main triangle and then add brown and soft green for the border? So I cannot decide myself, and I would like you to help me. Feel free to write a comment or to send me a private message on Instagram. That help will be really appreciated, because I cannot decide it myself. Both variants kind of look nice for me. And the next accessory I'm gonna talk about is a cowl, but first I'd like to speak about a couple of words about the yarn I'm going to use for it. And this again Lana Gatto, but this time it's camel hair and this beautiful autumnish, I don't know, brownish orange. It's number 8403 of colorway. And this is 60% of merino and 40% of camel hair, 50-gram bow and 125 meters, and it's super soft. It's just probably the softest yarn, one of the softest yarns I ever touched. I wanted to try it for quite a while. I cannot tell that this is super expensive yarn, but also it's not cheap. So I had to wait until some kind of sale, and it happened. In one of the yarn stores, I saw that they have leftovers of 4 balls of these yarns with very nice and attractable price. So my decision was quite fast, and I bought them. So I have 4 balls of this yarn, and I'm going to knit the cowl, as I already said. And this is Azurit cowl. This is my own pattern. It's completely free on Ravelry. It's very easy textured pattern, and the texture is being achieved with 4 rows repeat. These 4 rows are very easy, and this texture will be reversible. It looks both good. I mean, it looks good on both sides, so it's kind of double-sided cowl. And it's need to be knitted back and forth and then sewed. And when you achieve the desired length, it's very easy to knit and very fast, and it suits for any kind of yarns. Gauge is not critical here at all. This pattern works for solid color yarns, for tweed yarns, for transitional colors, for color variegated yarns. For most of the yarns it will be suitable, and as I mentioned probably already that I knitted a lot of them, but they're all gone as a gift. It's very suitable for gift knitting, but this time I hope this cowl will be for me particularly. Okay, so far so good. We're almost there, because only the one section left, and these are the socks. For me particularly, it never can be enough of socks. This is the first reason. And the second reason I'm planning to knit them is that on this Christmas I've got several sock yarns. I'm really excited to try. I cannot wait to try actually. And I will start with that one. This is Rowan sock yarn and a colorway Ocean. And you can see here all the shades of like blue, dark blue, teal and navy. Very ocean-like palitra, very ocean-like gamma. It's beautiful. And I get that kind of yarns, they work well with textured pattern or with ribbed pattern. That's why I chose for it heel hugger sock pattern from Drops. It was originally designed for the Drops Delight yarn, which is also has these transitions on the colors. So I get that will work perfectly for this particular yarn. And these socks are supposed to be knitted from the cuff to down, and they have classical heel, but also this cuff and leg part, let's say, it's divided on two patterns. The ribbed back and the totally flat front, which is knitted with only stockinette. So I guess that will work perfectly for this particular beauty. And I would like to mention that this beautiful yarn I got as a gift from my dear knitting friend Lene from Harkiv. So thank you, Lene. And the last yarn, where did I put it? Oh my god. Oh, here it is. And the last yarn, which I'm planning to talk about, is this pure merino socks from Wool and Reinheit, and the colorway called Autumn Mist. So this is grayish bluish, I don't know, grayish blue maybe, with yellow, orange, brown and even black speckles. It's 75% of wool and 25% of polyamide, as well as Rowan sock yarn, and it's 100% and 420 meters. If I forget to mention any meterage or grammage of the yarn, don't worry, everything will be mentioned in the description box, because I'm sorry, I'm perimenopausal woman and my memory sometimes is not very friendly to me. Well, anyway, let's get back to this beautiful yarn. And I chose the Lupin sock pattern for it from Elena Malevich. And this pattern is very, let's say, soft and feminine. It has some delicate panel of lace reminding waves or reminding petals. I think this particular pattern will be just pretty much wearable. This is the first, and second, it will be very nice to show the beauty of this particular yarn. Well, these are my knitting plans. Of course, I will start knitting these patterns only after completing at least some of my current projects. And of course, these are not all of my plans for the whole year. I have much more yarns, but these yarns still have to decide what they want to become. And I appreciate you being with me today, sharing your time with me today. And if you enjoyed this episode, please press the like button, write a comment or subscribe. That will help the channel to grow, and of course it will warm up my heart a lot. I wish you a good day, good season, good year, and a lot of happy knitting, and I hope to see you here again next time. Bye.